Welcome back, students. The Congress session of 1929 had already taken the decision that 26 January 1930 will be celebrated as Independence Day. So, once again, the situation was ripened in India for a mass struggle. Mahatma Gandhi found in salt a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin stating 11 demands. And the most important demands of this was removal of the salt tax. So, why this salt tax? Because the salt makers of Dandi, the farmers of Dandi, came to Gandhiji and they complained to Gandhiji against the Britishers that for the first time Britishers had imposed taxes on salt. This was not happened earlier. So Gandhiji got a right time to wake up and go for a mass movement. Okay, so he sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin and he rejected it. So Mahatma Gandhi started his famous salt march and he walked for 240 miles from Sabarmati to Dandi, and when he reached Dandi, he ceremonially made salt from the seawater, and with this he broke the salt law. So breaking of the salt law marked as the starting of the second mass movement in the country, and that was civil disobedience movement. So which incident marked as, okay students, please try to understand it, listen to me carefully, which incident marked as the beginning of civil disobedience movement? CDM means civil disobedience movement, that is the breaking of the salt law. This incident was marked as the starting of the civil disobedience movement. And when the movement started, it spread like jungle fire. Throughout the country, it spreads like anything. In northwestern frontier province, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan led the movement. And there was a huge, demonstration everywhere in the country. The people refused to pay taxes, revenues, chowkidari taxes, etc. And under Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan in northwestern frontier province, there was a huge demonstration, especially in Peshawar and other places. Okay, a frightened government responded with a policy of brutal repression, and peaceful satyagrahis were attacked. Women and children were beaten, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. So the movement spread like jungle fire, but Britishers came up with brutal repression, and this made Gandhiji once again at his back foot, because he became very much, he became very much shocked. He became very much in a great pain that how the satyagrahis were killed by the Britishers. And at last, on 5th March 1931, Gandhiji came with a pact with the then Governor General, that is Lord Irwin. So that pact was Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So when the Gandhi-Irwin Pact came into existence in March 5th, 1931, and with this act, Gandhiji demanded to release the political prisoners. Lord Irwin released the political prisoners, and in return Gandhiji was sent to participate in the second round table conference in London. So he was sent to London to participate in the second round table conference. But when Gandhiji went to London, once again Lord Irwin started all the repressive policies. All the members of the Congress who were freed, they were again taken back to the jail, and the things were very going very grim in the country. And when Gandhiji demanded all the demands of the Congress in second round table conference in London, none of the demands were accepted, and as a result he came back in 1932. When he came back in 1932, he found that everything was not fine in India. All the people were again sent into the jail, taxes were increased, etc., etc. So once again Gandhiji restarted the civil disobedience movement, but this time the movement was not supported by many people as it was supported earlier. So at last in 1934 civil disobedience movement was finally withdrawn by Gandhiji. So this is what starting and withdrawal of the second mass movement of the country, that is civil disobedience movement. Okay, civil disobedience movement. So please try to go through the book, students, and you go through up to this. This is your syllabus line by line, because it's a MCQ test, and please follow my lecture carefully. That will be enough for you. Thank you very much, and best of luck for your examination.